guys ready? I am jazzed up today, as you can see. All right, here we go. Acon squared. It is a spicy concept this week. Let's get mobile. Really simple. Let's do some roll to V-sits. Take your time with it. Stretch out the lower back, hamstrings. Tuck your knees to your chest. Tuck your chin to your chest. And roll like a ball. Take your time with it. Reach forward, get the hammies, lower back. Oh, play around with some ranges of motion. If you need to go all the way back, push your hands back from the floor. It's definitely a great concept if you were to combine those two, hypertrophy and Acon, A squared, and this is what is a unique, very unique concept and very, I think, effective. Here's how it's going down. Those of you who have not been here this week, everybody has, I think. It's a pretty cool concept. We're doing beats per minute. So every time you hear a beep, you're going to be doing a rep. Now, our mobility, our warm-up / mobility is going to be the Turkish get-up, and we're going to break it down into six exercises on the way up, and then 6 exercises on the way down. It's going to be a 12 beat per minute concept, okay, or setup. So Turkish get-up, this is your start position. Same side, right hand up, right knee up. This is your first stop. This is not part of the exercise. This is just start point. First beat, elbow. Now you're doing 12 beats per minute. So you're going to be holding each position about, I don't know, 5 seconds, right? If you were to do some math simply, I think that's right, maybe not, I don't know. This is your first stop. Here in the first part of the movement, really pressing that bottom hand into the floor, waiting for that next beat. Second beat is that hand goes back. Now you're still stacking, shoulder, wrist, elbow, shoulder, and my hip is directly under that shoulder, right? Next stop, boom, big bridge. This is going to be probably the most challenging for you because now you're in an extended position, that stacked position, right? Wrist, elbow, shoulder, shoulder, elbow, wrist, all the way down, keeping that shoulder nice and strong. Feel the wobble. I see it. I also feel it. Now, this is the next stop, pulling that leg through, creating 2 right angles. Right, my front hip is basically in a right angle, and my back, perpendicular, is also in a right angle. Next stop is pushing off the ground, rotating that shoulder, and squaring your hip up. Positioning your body, waiting for that last beat, which is going to be the stand-up. That's your 6. Wait for the beat, rinse and repeat on the reverse lunge. Okay, number 7. Number 8, waiting for it, hand goes to the side. Boom, stack position again. Here, wait for that next beat, pull that leg through, big bridge, engage your glutes, shoulder still engaged. Think about that forearm being engaged. Boom, next stop, hip, holding here, boom, boom, boom. Next beat, elbow, and then last beat, all the way down. Boom, rinse and repeat. I'll give you about 30 seconds each side to get that kettlebell over safely to the other side. And then we're going to roll back up and wait for that next beat. Make sense? So it's a great exercise for mobility, stability, core strength, hip strength, all of it. So that's how it's going down. We're going to probably do 2 to 3 rounds each side. I'm thinking 3, leaning toward 3 each. Just 1 rep though. So 60 on the way up, 30 seconds rest, and then 60 on the other side on the way up. Pick your weights wisely. All right, good stuff. Here we go, guys. Good stuff. We're going to increase that beats per minute. Here's how it's going down. 20 beats per minute, 1 exercise, 4 sets, and then moving on. 40 beats per minute, 1 exercise, 4 sets, and then 60, 4 sets, and then 120 beats per minute, 4 sets, and that will complete our work period. It gets nice and spicy, but it's a build-up. Okay, each time we do it, it's going to be a little bit more intense. 60 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest. Does that make sense? Cool. So, vertical jump. That's how many reps are we getting in within that minute? Felicia?
I don't know, I was on the side.
How many beats? We're doing 20 beats per minute. How many reps are we doing?
3.
We're doing 20 beats per minute. How many reps are we getting in?
Lisa said 20.
I don't know.
Wow. We're doing 20
I have no
beats
idea.
per
There-
minute.
there
Thank
we
you,
go.
Katie. 20 beats per minute. So that's a minute long. You're getting 20 of those. So that's going to be 20 reps. And if we we do 40, it's going to be 40. Pretty simple. It was a trick question yesterday, so I'm only busting you. All right, so vertical jump. You're here, right? Waiting for the beep. Back down. Wait for the beep. Back down. Okay, so it's going to be timed nicely that you're going to be doing a rep every 5 seconds, right? If you want to do some really simple math. That's for the vertical jump. Now, for the push press. Push press is, obviously we know, a little bit of knee movement, getting that weight above your head, right? 40 beats per minute. Right. Okay, so every time you hear that beep, you're dipping and you're pressing. Okay? Now, key component of any one of these exercises is controlling your pace, which is going to come from controlling your breathing. Right? The pace is set. We know that clock's going to go up every 20, every 40, every 60, every 120, depending on the exercise. Your job, your goal, is to try to do the whole minute worth of work and not hyperventilate or lose control and do reps too quick or too slowly and kind of, get off kilter. We don't want this huge spike. We want to be able to get our heart rate up and maintain it. So how do you auto-regulate that? Right? If you're in the middle of it and that beep is going, how do you auto-regulate? If you miss that beep, do you try to catch up on the next one? Or do you hang out, wait to catch your breath, and then try to link up with that beep? Okay, there's no beep, so it's hard for me to explain that without the beep. Does that make sense? That's a way for you guys to auto-regulate that. You can also use lighter weights and move them more fast, or skip a rep or two, whatever you need to let your heart rate come down. Make sense? Cool, we're doing 60 plank jacks. Oh, I fucked up my question, damn it. We're doing 60 beats per minute on the plank jack. What's a plank jack? High plank position, out and then in. Out, in. So every time you hear that beep, out, in. Out, in. You're gonna have to, I'm gonna suggest, not taking such a huge wide stance. Because that's gonna take longer for those feet to come back in. Right, so tap, tap, or a little bit wider than shoulder width, and then come right back in. If you need to, just hold the plank position. Catch your breath, wait for the next beat, or wait till you feel ready, and then link up to the next beat. Okay, that's a way of auto-regulating it. And kind of making sure that you're still working for that 60 seconds without having to come out of this position. Now, if you were to just hold here for 30 seconds, that's still work, right? So try to maintain a position that you don't have to come out of that whole time. If you have to regulate, drop a rep or two, even if you just maintain that plank, you're still doing work. Okay? That's 60 beats per minute. 120 is next. Lateral line hops. Probably going to be something like that. Biggest thing is going to be consistent. Whereas normally, when we throw Acon on the board, it's like, get it done as fast as we can, and we usually spike up and then have to stop. This is just going to keep you moving for that whole 60 seconds. It's foolproof. Bulletproof, which is what we love. But it does get very spicy with that 30 seconds rep. And yes, there's going to be a little bit of hypertrophy. Doing quite a bit of reps in those push presses. Everything else is basically conditioning. Rock solid.
Yeah.
All right, guys, finish your time. It's an increase of time versus increase of rest, but the rest is only going to increase by 5 seconds, and your work time is going to increase by 10. So we're starting with a 20-10 ratio, increasing 30-15, 40-20, 50-25, and then 1 full minute, 60 seconds worth of burpees. That's your exercise for today. If you need to regulate it, you can stop at a squat thrust, and then come right back up, kind of combining all the exercises we did all day long today, or all the way down to the ground, big push-up, pop the hips up, and then complete the rep with a burpee. Are there any questions? Really simple, nice and spicy, great way to end the workout. 20 seconds. Time. Best way to catch your breath is to do another rep. All right. Hard work on 3. Let's bring it in. 3, 2.5, 2, and 1.
Hard work.
Horrible. Bring it back in. 3, 2, 1. Hard work. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Hard work. Oh. Yeah. Let's go.